What is up, YouTube? We are back on the field. I'm about to run you guys through a crazy linebacker field workout. We're gonna start simple. We're gonna get more advanced as we go. You don't need a partner and you don't need any equipment. And at the end, we're gonna get into some acceleration work. This first one, we're shuffling downhill 5 yards, hot your feet, and then you're gonna break either direction. We're gonna want 2 each side and both ways here. It's gonna look something like this. The next progression of this drill is you're gonna shuffle down, hot feet, break down, then you're getting out into your pass shot. We're gonna play action. You're gonna wanna make sure you really get out on the bottom of this. The key here is staying low and keeping your feet moving. It's like 85 degrees. Don't ask me why I wore sweatpants. Now we're getting more into some pass drop work. We're basically gonna be using 5 yards a lot. So you're starting at the bottom, some of the basic hip flips. Stick your foot in the ground and flip it out back here, and then you're gonna want to settle. The key on this drill is really throwing that hip open on the second flip and getting out. Another coaching point here is, once again, staying low and pumping your arms. You also want to make sure on the flip you turn your eyes around to locate the route you're looking for. Because a lot of times you see guys, they'll just be dropping back, the ball get caught right behind them. Happened to me before too. I'm not perfect. We'll go 2 reps each side here. The next progression to this drill is crossover, crossover, and then break downhill. I like to break down diagonal, kind of like you're dropping your curl and then you're breaking on the flat, like they threw a swing ball or something like that. I really try to, all my drills, I try to think about how they're really playing out in a game scenario. So, the good thing about hitting the field all the time is you're bound to get tan. Over time, it stacks up, just like the work you're putting in. You're getting tan, you're getting faster. Can't ask for more, man. Now we're kind of gonna bring the last 2 drills we did together into a run pass type of drill. So it's gonna be shuffle 5, crossover run, flat back 5, and then once you get back, you're opening your hips, getting back into your pass drop. The shuffle, you wanna make kind of realistic so you don't have to go as fast as you can, because when you're shuffling in a game, you're gonna be reading. So I'm gonna shuffle at a decent pace, crossover run fast back, and then swing your hips open, get back into that throwing lane. This is really great to get fluid hips, change the direction. This is a key linebacker drill right here. Gonna simulate a game speed type of play. On that one, if you notice, I didn't get my eyes back. I was stuck in the backfield. Ball was probably thrown right behind me. I realized that at the end of the rep, so that's something everyone's got to work on. But if you're playing that type of concept where your coach wants your eyes in the backfield, then keep your eyes in the backfield. It really all depends on the scheme and the defense you're playing. A lot of times, especially at the college level, even on zone drops, you're reading routes. So you're seeing what number 1's doing, you're seeing what number 2's doing. That's going to determine where you're dropping. If you're dropping with your eyes on the quarterback and you're in a match zone system, just scoring touchdowns all day. If you're a high school player and what I just said didn't make sense to you, then get on YouTube, search it up, look up film breakdown, get with your coach, because these are some things you got to understand. And if you do understand them, it'll put you ahead of the game once you get to college. This one's kind of going to be a burner, but it's going to be great for breaking it down, making tackles. It's going to be sprint downhill, break it down, and then you're sprinting 5, crossover run type sprint. Touch with your foot, sprint all the way back to 10. Once you get to 10, it's going to be a 3 to 5 yard pedal and a diagonal break downhill. Should be kind of beat after a couple reps of this if you're doing it right. So I'll show you how it's going to look. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the reason I slipped on that break is because my foot was outside of my frame. If you're trying to break and you're too wide, you have no power. Keep your feet under you. Forgot to turn my Apple Watch on so I can even work out now. It smells horrible in the city of Pittsburgh, guys. Like, that's something I'm really starting to hate here. It's always smelling like shit. That was a decent one. You watch me everywhere? I'd watch me too, probably. Now let's get into some pedal breaks. 5 yards width here. Probably gonna be about 15, 20 yards here. Pedal about 5. This is really off a feel. Like, don't be a robot on this. Pedal about 5, and then you're gonna break and sprint across to the other yard line. Break back down, pedal another about 5, and then sprint back across. I really like this for my cover linebackers and safeties. Honestly, this is even great for corners. Really anybody on defense. On this, a big coaching point is don't rush it. The main objective of this is being smooth and getting out of your breaks clean. Try to go fast, but be clean. This is gonna be the last drill of the day. Starting, you could do a read step if you want. Probably just gonna go straight back. We're using 5 yards again. Crossover run, break it down real quick, sprint, open it right back up, and then sprint back where you came. I like to call this the Xbox drill. It's really good for overall agility and change of direction, flipping your hips. You can't get enough of this type of work as a linebacker, as really anybody on defense. So open, sprint downhill, open, sprint diagonal. Once again here, work on getting your eyes back around, get a quick peek, look back, see what you're dropping on. Let's get into some linebacker specific acceleration drills. Guys, these are all gonna be really basic, really simple, but you can't overlook the simple shit. That's what's gonna pay off most in the long run. Let's lock in with the basics. So this first one is literally gonna be slow read steps, step and gather, step and gather, step and gather. Once you get to 3, you're gonna step and push off. I really like this type of drill because it's literally working in game. You're reading and you just gotta push off and make a play downhill. Step gather, sprint downhill, step gather, sprint out, and then step gather, sprint back where you came from. So let's get into it. 1, 2, 3. As you can see, a lot of times you're gonna get your best breaks when you get your whole foot in the ground. When you're pushing off, just say your toe or corner of your foot, that'll kind of put you at risk for injuries, and you really won't have as much power as you could have. And you want to make sure your feet, both feet, are moving. You don't want to overreach with this, then this one's catching up. Be in unison. Slow pedal breaks, and on defense you're gonna get in this situation all the time. So I like to set up kind of like a DB, and I'll go slow. 1, 2, 3, push off. Some people like to T-step, some people don't. My main thing I'll tell you is just keep your feet under you. Don't overextend. That's when you're gonna pull something, you're gonna fall. And I like to do this slow just to really get that footwork down in your head. I also do it fast, but right now for strictly acceleration, let's focus on just getting out. Now this one's gonna be really just basic acceleration stuff. We'll go half kneeling. The key is, you kind of want to treat this like a 40 stance. Get down, bend your shins, really get your foot in the turf and sink your arms, and really want to spring out. So it looks something like that. Guys, if you made it to the end of this video, I truly appreciate you, and I would really love it, and it'd mean the world to me if you guys could please hit that subscribe button. I checked my analytics and it showed that about 80% of viewers aren't subscribed. So if you want me to post more content and linebacker drills, defensive drills, really whatever you guys want, drop it in the comments. I'll be trying to make as many videos as I can. Thank you for watching. Peace.